Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's not a game, man. It's not a game. We're not going nowhere, Philly. We're not leaving the building yet. We're not leaving the building yet. I said the first 4 games was critical. We came out and laid the egg. We dropped 2 of the 2. You know what I'm saying? We lose both of the road games, and we win both of the home games. We being trolled. We being trolled now. Now we got to look at ourselves in the mirror. We being trolled by a dead franchise, and the Buccaneers ain't even trolling nobody no more. The magic ran out. When they got their win over us, they trolled us for a week. They even trolled us after they lost to Pittsburgh. Now they silenced. The Bears silenced them. But now we being trolled by the Tennessee Titans. We being trolled by the Dallas Cowboys, who didn't even play us yet. That lets you know that anytime we take a loss, we're going to be heavily, heavily talked about. Because we are the standard right now, being as though we just won the title. We world champions. We the standard right now. Every time we get knocked off, it's going to be a happy day for a lot of people. But what do we do to get this thing back on track? It's a couple things we do to get this thing back on track. First and foremost, we put Jalen Mills in a position to succeed if he's going to be on the field. If he's going to be on the field, put him in a slot. If he's going to be on the field, try him out at safety. Do not have him on an island against a dangerous receiver ever again. We see that's not his strong suit. Why are we not trying out Rasul Douglas? Why is Rasul Douglas not getting any reps? We only going to put him in there in emergencies when somebody get hurt and he hasn't played yet at all? Why? Rasul Douglas gets interceptions. We're not getting the turnovers that we need. We're not making the things happen that we need to make happen right now. The defensive line is looking overrated. They're not getting to the quarterback. It's time to look in the mirror. It ain't all peaches and cream right now. We got to look in the mirror and we got to tell the truth about ourselves. Every defensive line that we've played so far has looked better than us. Carson Wentz has been hit damn near 19 times in 2 games. 19 times in 2 games. We are the first team in NFL history to give up 3 4th downs in overtime in 1 drive to lose a game. Of course they're going to make it a stat. You wonder who even thinks to make that a stat? Of course they're going to do it. We ain't looking good right now. We ain't looking good right now. We supposed to acknowledge it. We're not going to sweep it under the rug. Make no mistake about this. This Minnesota Vikings game is a must-win game. This is a must-win game and a rare opportunity to bury somebody who we really don't like. We really don't like. You got the Dallas Cowboys right here. Then you got the Minnesota Vikings right here. Then you got the Giants and the Redskins. We can't stand the Vikings. We can't stand you, Minnesota. We can't stand you. We hope you never get a ring. We cannot stand the Vikings. And that's just what it is. So we're going to move on from Tennessee. We're going to move on from the Tennessee Titans game. Congratulations, Tennessee. You got a ring. Oh, you got to win. You got to win, Tennessee. You got to win. Good for you. You got your week 4 win. How many rings you got, though? We can say that now. We can say that now. We ain't worrying about all the trolling y'all doing this week. We get regular season wins, too. Good win. Kudos to you. You knocked off the champs. You knocked off the champs. You knocked off the champs. I want to see somebody beat us in dramatic fashion. I want to see somebody blow us out the water. I want to see somebody think about getting the coach fired or something for us. Losing in overtime, then losing by 6. I'm not convinced we dead in the water. Excuse me for thinking of my team higher than that. I'm not convinced we dead in the water yet. We're gonna clean up these mental errors. We're gonna put Jalen Mills in the proper position to succeed. And we need to start playing bump and run coverage. We need to start jamming people, man. We can't keep playing this soft zone, or we gonna lose all these games like this. We gotta put the BS where the BS belong. 4th and long, jam, and then blitz. Because when you jam and send a blitz, when you got a guy trailing the guy and you got a blitz hot on the quarterback, he thrown into a very tight window. When you blitzing and they playing zone in the back, you can pick that apart. Me and you could pick that apart. What type of defensive scheme are we playing in these first 4 games? Let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Who hasn't got off in the passing game against us in the first 4 games? Matt Jones and Julio, they couldn't miss. I mean, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, they couldn't miss. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Luck ain't look too good, but I'm under the impression if it wasn't wet conditions, Andrew Luck would have been a little better. Fitzpatrick killed us. Now Mariota was averaging 100 passing yards on a season until that. I know he was out a little bit, but come on. They was reporting the guy couldn't feel his hand, but oh, when they see green jerseys, they could feel their hand now. We not the cupcakes. We not sweet. We not sweet. Nobody supposed to be getting off on us like this, man. Nobody supposed to be getting off on us like this. They keep talking about our front 4. I ain't seen it. They keep talking about our offensive line. I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it. The 2 most consistent people on defense have been Malcolm Jenkins and Fletcher Cox. Everybody else, in my opinion, been so-so. And the best cornerback been Sidney Jones. Why he ain't getting his shot on the outside? Every cornerback really want to play outside anyway. Give him his shot. Give him his shot on the outside, please. I'm seeing petitions on Instagram to cut Jalen Mills, to let Jalen Mills go. Now, I think that's a little too far. I think that's going way too far. And I'm not just being biased because I like Jalen Mills. I've been defending Jalen Mills, but I can no longer defend this type of play, this type of action. I can't defend it no more, man. I can't defend this type of behavior. We looking suspect. We looking moist. And the trolls just going to keep coming. The negativity just going to keep coming. We got to get it together. We got to get it together. You know what I'm saying? Tennessee, I know how it once felt. I know how it once felt for a regular season win to feel like a Super Bowl. I know how it once felt. We've been y'all before, Tennessee. We understand why you happy. And we're not trying to rain on that parade. I know how it once felt, though, for $1 to feel like $1 million. You only got $1 on Sunday. We got the $1 million in February. But we know where you coming from, though, man. We know where you coming from. And the Vikings going to have that same mentality. The Vikings going to get this one, even though they just lost 2 in a row and tied the previous game before they lost. They going to get this win and think everything is okay. Every time anybody beat the Eagles, they think everything is okay. The Cowboys ain't even play us. They think everything is okay. We not that type of team. We are not that type of team. We ain't going for the disrespect, man. This is messages to the Eagles football players. You need to tighten up. You need to tighten up. You need to do your job. You need to get it together. You need to get a firm hold on your job on the field and do your job. Do your job. Missed tackles, unacceptable. Unacceptable. I'd rather a drop pass than a missed tackle. Because you could juggle a ball. But how can you miss giving a human being a hug? Missed tackles, unacceptable. Way too many drop passes. Way too many drop passes. Corey Graham, I don't know what you think your job is, but if somebody's running near you, near the sticks to end the game, you're supposed to go there. Yeah, it's a zone, but you don't just stay there. If you see somebody wide open and you're the closest man to him, I can't believe we took that L like that. I can't believe we took that L like that. I can't believe it. I'm not even in the mood to sit down. I can't believe we took that L like that. I can't believe we look like this right now. You know what I mean? Carson Wentz is getting hit too much. We are consistently running the same defensive scheme. We're not even thinking about changing the scheme right now. We're just going to run the scheme into the dirt. The scheme is dirt. We're just going to keep running it. We got to beat the Vikings. We have to beat the Vikings. We cannot lose to that team. You know what I mean? We cannot lose to that team. We will not lose to that team. After we beat the Vikings, we got the Giants. We need to walk through the Vikings. Do you hear me? We need to win this game convincingly. We need to destroy these boys, man. Seriously, I don't want no more on the edge of your seat game. Every 4 games of ours been on the edge of your seat. Every one of them. Every one of them. We need to be celebrating by halftime when we play the Vikings. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you. And I am the best reporting on the Eagles.